This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Warg. What's the big idea? So sorry, Nick. What happened? I only touched your shoulder. Oh, I guess she's like still full of electricity. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Yeah, touch some metal, get grounded. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ooh, yeah, pal. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Yeah, it's Gumshoe. What's gone into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but there has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He doesn't remember, and I'm going to prove it. Well, we don't have the ladder anymore, but I don't know how. Okay. I guess with his parrot? Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Oh, right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Pop. Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Pop. There it goes. No? Why I left the court. Oh, I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly's, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So, my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. I don't remember what voice I did for him. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. I'd call what you did running away, and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony, and realized you were in danger. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony. He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. But I wasn't running away or nothing. Then why did you leave? He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking? Nope, because I gotta press every statement. If I sat quietly, I'd really be guilty in 3 minutes. I want to buy some food for Polly, see? Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker shack? Well, I got lost, you see. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. And then the judge pipes in. Yep. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. I figure it got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yup. Seems like it. Then how could you have known... Oh, sorry. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly he has no memory of who he is. If he claims he's lying, then show the court proof. Grr. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well. Witness, please continue. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now, over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But, does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case, and no motive. Both of these statements are lies. Okay, I guess I just have to press it every time, every single statement. Order, order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. Who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us the witness's name. I want to say the wrong answers just to see. No, I want to say the wrong ones just to see what they say. His name is Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Wright? All of us here remember what Gregory Edgeworth looked like. He looked nothing like this, believe me. Wow, that's pretty harsh, Your Honor. I'm going to have to penalize you for a wild claim. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Now let me ask you again. Alright, I know it's Yanni Yogi, but let's see what if he says he's the victim! His name is Robert Hammond. Mr. Wright, Robert Hammond is the name of the victim in this case. Generally, the victim in a murder case is no longer living. That's true. Alright, that appeased my curiosity. Alright, Yanni Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi from the Dl6 incidents. Oh, is his name Yanni Yogi because, like, he's so sleepy? So he yawns? Yanni? Maybe, I don't know. It figures the judge would have heard it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yani Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yani Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. What? Your Honor. Please take this man's fingerprints. Oh, yeah, duh. And we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yani Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Oh, why? The witness has no fingerprints. Oh, we can also do a DNA test or a blood test. Or, like, examine his teeth. What? What? No fingerprints? There's plenty of different ways to identify a person. You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup. What? Yogi, you sneak? You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past? Well, the witness has no fingerprints. So wait, did he really used to work as a chemical worker, or is he just saying that because right before this he was a bailiff? So is he a bailiff, then a chemical worker, then a caretaker? Or is the chemical worker a lie? If he was a chemical worker before being a caretaker, then that means like he does have memories from years ago. I don't know. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. Yes, with blood, DNA, come on. No. Tisk, tisk, tisk. What will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we going to do? Is this where the parrot comes in? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine this parrot for a little comedic relief, Yep. There it is. Let's summon the parrot. Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Mr. Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine this parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Yes, Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Rabble, rabble, rabble. It's insane. What insanity. Order, order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma? Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object. You're the one who suggested it. Wait a second. You are the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested. Humph. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game. Yes, I'm doing it. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so. Yep, it's gonna be a parrot. Bailiff, bring in the parrot. Oh, she's so cute. But, like, the way she has, like, her feathers on top of her head, it's more like a cockatiel. I don't know. That's quite a bird. Please, tell us your name. Name!
The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who was your owner? Please, testify for us.
It's gonna be a bunch of dots, isn't it? Who was your owner? Hello, hello, Squawk.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've heard so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Ask her questions, duh. Hello, hello. Squawk. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. Ask her a question. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Okay, there we go. Right, what do I say? As I recall, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something? Squawk. Don't forget Dl6, Squawk. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with Dl6. Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello, Squawk. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello, Squawk. Uh-oh. It's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright. Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He could never train the parent, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me. Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Alright, press her again. What's her name? Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's her name? Polly, Squawk.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this pair is named Polly. Does it have anything to do with her owner's identity?
It doesn't, but I want to say of course. Yes, it does. Ha, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us his proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the buffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who was the caretaker. We're to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... No, I don't have that. Shoot. Ah, it's in Japanese! Crap! I don't have anything! Well, here we go.
The Dl6 case file?
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is proof on, then? Okay, so I picked the right evidence, but I don't know which page it is! Oh no.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Oh, crap. Victim data? It's on the victim data page.
I'm sorry, but I don't see anything here that relates to the name Polly. At least not on this page.
A bluff as I expected.
I'm afraid I have to deny your claim, Mr. Wright. The witness may continue.
Whew, no penalty. But oh my god, I can't believe I was right though. I picked the right thing. Oh man, in Japanese. Alright. So I guess the established Polly, but... Let's say what the safe number is. Maybe we'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Yes. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha, ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Dl6. It's the date of statute of limitation. What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
Oh shoot. I don't know which page it is. Yeah, okay. First page. So first page is, I guess, the summary? It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the Dl6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident? December 28? Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah.
Use the date of the Dl6 incident as a number for a safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. Oh dear. That has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We will need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what? Humph.
Very well, witness, you may continue.
Okay, so that's... Okay, so with it, connect Polly to DL6. But where on the page? DL6. So first I said victim data, right, last time? Or did I say case summary? Well, let's just say suspect data. No, suspect data? I forgot what I picked last time. You know what? Let's just do victim data. It's on the victim data page. Nope, not that one. It's okay, so I'm gonna try suspect data. What's her name? Of course. DL6. Let's do suspect data. Suspect page. Oh, okay, that's the right one. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Oh no, I did not see that. That's a shame.
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly?
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. Oh, that's so sad. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? No, that's such a strange... She is only 7 years old.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Hop?
Witness, tell us your name.
Wait, this witness, he doesn't remember. No,
it's okay.
Shock. It's like that movie where like he's limping and then he like walks straight. I forgot what movie that was. Dirty Racing? Dog Racing? Dog Race? I forget. I've accomplished what I want to do.
I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order, order! Yanni Yogi, so was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. So you became a murderer? Like, you were accused of murder, and then you were claimed innocent, and then you become a murderer. Like, what? Like, stupid. That's so stupid.
Well, wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Well, Edgeworth's innocent.
Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant Miles Edgeworth is...
innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are clear of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth
not guilty. Yay!
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Don't open your mouth, Edgeworth. Keep it shut, Edgeworth!
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth, keep your mouth shut. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was a murderer in the Dl6 Incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Objection. The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know. It wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murder, the criminal in the Dl6 incident. It was me! Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me, as he's pointing to Phoenix Wright.
Point to yourself, Edgeworth.
Order, order. This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now.
We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Oh, Edgeworth. Couldn't keep your mouth shut.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort.
Yeah, you did. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy. Hick? What are you doing?
Huh?
Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious?
I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Shocker.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right.
Damn, so many twists and turns.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let's begin by hearing his testimony. Then, through pointless, let the defense do their cross-examination. The statute of limitations on Dl6 Incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the beginning, didn't you?
Very well.
Yep, because Edgeworth has a sense of justice.
Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then, testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That would be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Tanamu, Tanamu. Onegai shimasu. Chebal. Please.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
Pah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The Dl6 Incident.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials.
What was a trial your father was involved in on that day?
I don't remember things very clearly. Only two things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case?
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details. Liar. Pants on fire. That was when Edris pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence.
As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator.
So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator?
Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed, and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue.
What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet.
What was it?
A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it had fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What's next?
I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting.
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick. I panicked.
So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream.
The gun fired once?
Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream.
The scream?
It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day.
To this day?
Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live.
There it is. One part of the testimony clearly contradicts evidence. What? I don't know what it means. I better find out and quick. Ah, crap. Oh, crap. Ah, crap. So, he said there was one gunshot, but there's a gunshot here, and then he got shot here, so there hasn't been 2 bullet points. But the problem is, I think I have to read this, but it's in Japanese! Ugh. 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 It said something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and I threw it, and Mr. Yuka wanted them to stop fighting. The same gunshot, then a scream. So maybe it's that? I hope so. I don't know. I hope it's the 2 gunshots. Oops. Yes, okay, good. So there was only 1 gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the gunshot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Take a look at this. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago, and in it lies a clear contradiction to Mr. Edgeworth's testimony.
Well, I can see the victim, Gregory Edgeworth, lying there. But what do you mean a contradiction?
Just as I thought, the judge is clueless, as always. Show the judge a contradiction in the photo. There. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Miles Edgeworth testifies that there was only one gunshot. However, according to this photograph, not one, but 2 shots were fired. One shot hit the victim, and the other hit the elevator door. I ask you then, why did Miles Edgeworth only hear one gunshot? This photograph does seem to confirm our second shot. However, when was the hole in the elevator made? It might have been there before the incident occurred. If it was there before, it has nothing to do with this incident. Mr. Wright, do you have proof that this bullet hole was caused by this incident of the crime? Do I? No? Unless it's something in the Dl6 Incident case, I'm gonna say yes. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof. Well, what? Impossible. Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. What do you have that proves the bullet hole was in the door was related to this incident? Maybe the Dl6 incident? I'm gonna say the Dl6 incident? Oh shit, I was right! Your Honor, the answer is in this file. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Ah, shoot. Which page shows the link between the bullet hole and the Dl6 incident? Crap. Not case summary. Maybe suspect data? Victim data? Suspect data? Mr. Wright, please think how I feel having to look at this evidence time and time again. Every time you show us ridiculous evidence, I feel, well, mocked. Ha ha ha. I mean, I really don't mean any harm by it, Your Honor. So not suspect data. Okay. Maybe victim data? Should I guess victim data? Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the Dl6 Incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary. That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. It's still in the murderer. He shot the murderer and the murderer has it in the bullet in his body. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So, all we have is a single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. No, it's been proven that the gun was fired twice. Just because we can't find the second bullet doesn't mean it was not fired twice. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Yeah, that's such a stupid logic. It exists. It was just taken away somewhere. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. No! Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No, the bullet was taken away. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired, because it was. It literally says the gun was fired twice. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Excuse me. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No, I do not. So you killed your father, though? That was not your intention? Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying. My mind is going blank. I can't find the words. Is Mia gonna pop up? Mr. Wright, I have an objection! Your Honor. I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Oof. Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. No, just say the bullet was taken by the real killer. Oh no. Grah. It must exist. The second bullet. Yes, it's always it exists. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. Obviously someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed. What? But we just heard proof that it did not exist. No! We have proof that it does exist. There's no such thing as proving something doesn't exist. Come on. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just... someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? You, Karma. You. Obviously, since you wrote the freaking letter. I'm still thinking about that one. He wrote the letter, Phoenix. He wrote the letter to kill Miles. Come on. So the criminal took the second bullet? But why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? Because he got shot. He got shot in the doorway. It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true. Had to take it.
Had to take it? The murder? What does that mean? Because the murder got shot from Edgeworth's first bullet. You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had you, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? Yes, that's exactly what happened. The first bullet.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off of the top of my head. What if that's really what happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside them?
No, they left with the first bullet. The second bullet was shot at Edward's dad.
Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes, I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from the elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed.
So that would mean the murder came from outside, yes. Yeah, that's absolutely possible. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it, deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at this time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he has taken in as many years of prosecuting.
Vacation. It was a hospital medical vacation. What if Von Karma didn't take the vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the Dl6 incident, duh, because he wrote the letter to, murder Robert Hammond in the first place. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murder came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Yes. Yes. Your Honor, there's a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who was your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma.
Von Karma? You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So, you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where'd I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Irk. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. Maybe he didn't go to a doctor.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma. Perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Grr. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane! No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Why not? Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? Tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Yeah, why not? Use a bullet, metal detector, I guess. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. What? The evidence that proves that Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean?
I do. There's a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. I don't think so either. That's kind of gross.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use his metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh, he's sweating bullets now. Sweating many bullets. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you? Order.
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use a metal detector. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Right here, right now. Right here. Right now. Do.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It's obviously in his shoulder since he's, like, touching it. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
Phew. It was you!
I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the Dl6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to Dl6. I mean, we have the bullet, so we can remove the bullet from his body and compare it to the bullet that we have?
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from Dl6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the Dl6 evidence. That's because you took out of the records room yesterday. Tisk. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the Dl6 incident. And here's my final proof. It's the bullet that Maya managed to grab.
That's... a bullet?
Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the Dl6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapons fire the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is a bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mump. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Merg. Oh dear. Someone's having a tantrum.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my papa.
Get away from my father.
Bang. Org.
It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Then they reversed the animation.
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me.
So, it was you.
You and your father are my curse. Oh my god, don't do that. Why do people do that? I've met 3 people so far who like bang their head against the wall when they're frustrated. I really don't understand that sentiment. I honestly have no idea why people do that. Like, does it make them feel better? Like, I don't understand. That's really one of those things I can't empathize with at all. Like, people who self-harm themselves when they're frustrated. Like, I don't get that at all. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death. Death. Such a tantrum. 15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor.
Oops, oh, it's Karma. Chief Prosecutor. I am sorry. Well, Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalized? It took 2 hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. Bang. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, The lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. Bang. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Why are you tisking? You admitted to guilt. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge.
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty again.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yay! Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure he'd had it, or we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Just got you there. Whoop whoop. It's the police. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me.
What is it, ramen?
Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Ahem. Whoop! I feel foolish. I do too, Edgeworth. I feel foolish as well.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years and I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Hey, y'all! Lotta! Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats!
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. No, you didn't, Lotta. You liar. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you going to do now, Lotta?
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Kiance. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick.
Isn't that like where the first girlfriend went in the first trial? To Paris?
She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that coming. Leaving the butts behind.
Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Harry Butts, come along tonight too, my treat pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think it'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick!
Wasn't that the exact amount of lunch money that was stolen from Edgeworth in school? 38?
No.
No. Larry, it was you, you common thief. What are you surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history.
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright. I'm surprised you didn't figure it out.
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh?
Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes.
There you have it.
Grr. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too.
That's exactly what he said. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if I only had known, I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. So, you thought you were a criminal. So you became a prosecutor to fight against criminals. Against yourself? Whatever, man. Weird logic. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Like, how is this punishment to you? To become a prosecutor? Whatever, man. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? Hey, y'all! Line up! I'll take a photo!
Hey, photo time! Let's go! And after that, dinner on me!
Cha-ching! Detective Gumshoe took us out of the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. So, Edgeworth didn't join you guys for dinner? 5 in the morning? Oh my goodness. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? Still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Yeah, what? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course.
I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Aww. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! The Jidansha. Jihacho. I guess I'm too late. Too late? You mean too early? Like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. That's... When did the first trains run in Tokyo? Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Wait. What? I never could have saved Ed without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Okay. Hold on. I need to save. How do I save? Hold on. Save. Oh shoot. I ran out of save files. Oh no. Okay. Because I think in this section I can show her proof, right? But like, I want to give her the wrong proof and see what happens. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. Okay. I want to see what happens when I give the wrong one first. Huh? Sorry, Nick. I guess I don't understand. Uh-oh. Now that I think about it, I don't understand this evidence either. It's okay. You don't have to try and cheer me up. But one day, I'll come back and be useful. I promise. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick. Clearly I have to show with a bullet, right? But I want to see what happens when I give her the wrong evidence first. Okay, so let me reload. Oh crap, I can't reload! Oh no! No, I can't reload! Oh crap, it's the credits! No! Oh god, no! Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna close this game. Oh man. Alright, hold on. I'll be right back. Oh no! Okay. I'm back now. Okay. So, I didn't know it was gonna force me to go into credits right away. Alright, so let's give her the real evidence. I want to end on a good note. Alright, I want to end on a happy ending. Bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all the evidence pertaining to Dl6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run the office by yourself. You're hopeless. Okay, so yeah, I guess the ending text is quite different. Alright, that's cool. I don't know about that. So, this is it. Okay, so this is where it should be the same, I think. See you soon, Maya. Thanks, Nick.
And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, got a bad feeling about this. Objection! Okay, so I guess that's the ending. Oh, cutscenes, okay. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the Princeton to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop, Detective Commercial. Then he hung his head low and went right back to outside. Kind of like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Good job, Kumiko Suikane. Great animations. Great artwork.
Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I'm working at a cheese shop. Ooh, cheese. That miss is a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you'd call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Cheese. Delicious. Oh, I'd love to work at a cheese shop. So good.
Who? Wright? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I am sure he's grateful.
Winston Payne. Ha 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 ha. Good job, Noriyuki Otani. Phoenix Wright. Ah, the defense attorney whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know, I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. Programming, Masakutsu Endo. Good job. I have no errors. For programming-wise, I guess. No bugs. Ahem. Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, he was on 30, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. Fresh lemon? What? Creepy. Masakazu Sugimori. Good job in the music. It's very cute. I enjoy it.
Phoenix Wright? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it.
You can't. Oh, I can't talk like her. Nope. She talks way too fast. Yep, there she goes. Blah, blah, blah. I saw something about DVDs. No idea. Asushi Mori. Good job on the objection sound effects. I'm pleased to announce the pink print. Oh no, I sure hope that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, I'm keeping my space out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know? Aw, poor Will Powers. Publicity? I guess that's like advertising? I wish you guys did more advertising, actually. Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some pink princess trading cards. She says you can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at, anyway? I guess in the mountains? Manual? Oh, I don't have the manual, actually. I lost it somewhere.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day. And I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Was it Will Powers who plays Pink Princess? Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I'm in training to become a paranormal... Again? Photographer? You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind him there's a ghost. For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Is it Mia? Is it Mia the ghost? I bet it's a ghost of Mia. Yep, it's Mia. There's Mia. And there's Edgeworth looking lovingly at the Xiaowi boy. Oh man. Oh, Capcom. Oh, Mata. There's one more. A brand new episode has been added. Cool. Alright. So I guess I'll leave my final thoughts. I'll leave my final thoughts after the last episode, I guess. Alright. See you in a bit.